16 wins coming by.
A lot of trash talk. And here comes the legend Joe Frazier, Hall of Famer, all-time great. Left hook. Good right hook. A typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense. Stick and move, stick and move.
A flat-footed fight. You've got a dance right there. You've got to cut him off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put him on the back foot. Put him under pressure.
Good counter punch. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Well, this won't sit well with their opponent. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skillful.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Are we about to see the end of an era? Are we about to see Joe Frazier get knocked out? What's keeping Joe Frazier on his feet?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely done. I thought, there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Oh, and now they're just rubbing it in. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. It's no secret who has the... Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You fight a swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
They're both trying for a knockout. Both men step back for just a moment. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Good defense there to stop that hook. Good defense stopping that jab. Can't score with that hook again. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different...
There's the bell to start round three. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nope, that hook won't score. one a highlight reel knockout. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? Seemed like he turned it. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Beautiful counter shot. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood cut. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive then. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. What would you tell? And there's the bell for round 5. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You'd like to see more jabs. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Left hook just missed. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Hold that thought! The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. wait too long to get back and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Nice counter shot. Well, we know they got the advantage so far. Let's start the sixth. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Charles, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punches.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Smoking Joe may go. How is Frazier still standing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That jab was blocked. A perfect counter shot. Left hook just missed. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. So the referee is not going to stop it, and the fight continues. I promise. Here comes round 7. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Good defense there on the left uppercut. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
It's Frazier in trouble. Frazier never one to back off or back down.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Nice counter shot. And so far, the offense has been, oh, wait a minute. If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, big shot, and down goes Ali. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, two, three, four.
to start round 8. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Is this the beginning of the end for this legend? Never count out Smoking Joe Frazier.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Muhammad Ali in trouble, but surely he'll find a way out. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
The left uppercut. Oh, no! Ali is down! What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Come to me.
Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision win.
This is the last thing we expected.